Greetings, goons, gangsters, gamers, and occasionally hell divers. It's your boy, the Goods Tonight, and I've not forgotten about you. I've been working on this review for quite some time. I wanted to make sure I had enough time with the product to give you guys a sensible review, because it'd be pretty insane to just get an item brand new and just immediately throw it out there without looking for potential shortcomings or problems. So with that in mind, I've been working on a review for quite some time of the Ordnance Tactical, Okinawan-owned company, the little big old rucksack, the large carry-all sack that's based quite a bit on the Mystery Ranch design, but Japanesifying bean, basically. Now, Ordnance Tactical, they're mostly located a little bit up north in Okinawa, but pretty popular with the Marines down on Hansen and Schwab. They make their own tactical gear, and they can make custom stuff for you. A lot of it's a bit more prefab stuff they put together. And they made their own rucksacks. And since the Tactical Tailor Malice packs want to be out of stock for years on end, I picked one of these up to upgrade my pack from one I picked up off a buddy. Now, we have the pack, the straps, and the belt, and this little fancy pouch I'm going to talk about are all made by Ordnance Tactical. This is basically my ship of Theseus, as every part of the pack that I bought from my friend has been individually replaced bit by bit until it became an entirely new pack and has no original components from the first. That said, there's a lot to cover on, and this pack, I've got it up to about 88 pounds right now. It's about 90 pounds. I've added some extra weight to it because on the last hike I went on with my buddy Recon and Sketch and Detail, both of them. Sketch didn't carry any pack, but Recon had his own decent little bag going. I felt like my pack was still too light, like I wasn't pushing myself as hard as I could be. So because of the nature of the pack and the small size of my normal filming room located off yonder, we're filming in the living room. So that said, I do want you guys to notice I have a couch that will be assisting me due to my arm injury. Before you get started, it's not one of those videos. This is a family-friendly couch, which is to say it is a couch where families hang out and spend their time, not a couch in which the actions that could lead to the production of a family occur. Clear? Good? Alright, cool. Now that's out of the way, we got our pack here, and we're going to be talking about it in detail. I'm going to have to pick it up, and like I said, it's about 90 pounds right now. But we've also got sort of one of the key prototypes I want to talk to you guys about real quick. So, we stop here, we have a significantly modified, old school, original classic Alice pack. And of course, woodland nylon. And they've modified a few things. This is sort of how they worked on their concept, and a lot of these details show. So you've got your normal, they're like all Fastec buckles, what am I thinking of? The little tri-glides. You got your normal strap. They have been modified, because they have sewing machines, they've been modified to take the Fastec clips. So we got, not the Fastec clips, these are the normal INW, you know what the clips they are. You know what clips, they're not magazines, these are clips. And they added the clips to them, they put the clips on here, they took off the, I think you can actually still kind of see the original stitching from where it has its normal buckles and patterns and stuff. I know the lighting's a bit funky, the wife installed her own custom light. It's great for everything but filming, so actually let me move you guys closer. We'll work around our environment because we are professionals. So you can kind of see where the original material was, where they lightered that down and put everything together there. You have the original grommets. They're all beat up because it's an old bag. And yeah, this grommet's actually missing entirely. So they had their own sort of concept going, and they added the buckles to it. The pack wasn't in the greatest of shape. And this is one of their originals. This is on their Instagram page. They do have this exact pack still posted up. Now, there's a few cool things these packs do. I like the slots they have here. These are from the original design. These aren't improved upon by Ordnance Tactical. But if we pop these clips open, this is going to be important to the thing, so you can skip ahead if you want, but there is multicam under here, so clearly this was damaged in the Claymore pouch and repaired. Then everything else inside here is pretty stock. Everything on the sides is pretty stock. Mostly they added in the buckles. And honestly, that's it. They just added in the buckles to the main strap, so you don't have to unstrap it every time. And then you got your normal sort of assortment of Alice Pack things. Familiar with the Alice Pack? You did your prerequisite reading? Good. We can skip ahead a little. So they added the buckles, and they sort of like prove the concept works. So naturally, people like me, who like to carry things that are significantly too heavy, the general recommendation is that you carry... Don't mind that. The TV over there. Is that you generally carry 25% of your body weight. And with this pack being 90 pounds, I can assure you I'm not pushing, what, 300-400 pounds. I'm about 180 because the flu and everything jacked up my running schedule and I put on a bit more weight. So we're looking at closer to about half of my weight at 90, so this is a pretty hefty boy. Now, generally the technique you'd want to do is be on the front of the pack and get a good grip on it. You know, squat, get it over your head, slide your arms on through, not fall over backwards and die. You want to get a nice little squat going and tighten on the straps, get it up on the hip and clip that and you're good. However, since this tendon's all jacked up and sweet liberty my arm, as the hell divers would say, I haven't been able to stim it up. So what we're going to use the assistance of the couch to help me get this pack on. And if I go down, I'm gonna be a turtle. I'm gonna be helplessly stuck on my back, and I want someone to. I don't think the video's getting uploaded or streamed or anything, but let work know I'm gonna be late because I can't move. No, you can just undo the buckles. It's fine. That's the key thing of having the quick release buckles is you can get out of it. So they did make their own custom straps. These guys are significantly padded, which I appreciate. The belt, however, is a bit lacking on the. Padding. Actually, let me pull this camera free. Give me one sec. We're gonna get in detail here. We're gonna learn things and stuff. So, yeah, these are pretty standard. These got your normal quick release grommets are going on. These are very, very padded, which is something I appreciate for the straps. Quick release buckles, and they strap in. We've got the actual Tactical Tailor frame here, which is significantly nicer than the stock frames. Ordnance Tactical does produce their own stock frames. This belt in particular, the stitching is fine, but I feel like this area in particular, since it's stitched over, could use just like a bit of extra padding, because this sits like right over your kidneys, and with that being as compressed as it is, it's noticeable until you get that body hardening up. Some original design pieces. Well, they do. I like the fact they do put molly on the outside of some of these belts. And these ones, they originally cinched outwards, but now they've modified it to do the more modern cinch inwards. They could take the extra material and tuck it in there out of the way. We're going to talk about you later. You're on standby, Mr. Thermvault. So yeah, that's not bad. They don't come with a chest strap, so this actually came off of an extra LBT bag I have. Naturally, you gotta have your GPS, so we want GPS navigation. And once you cinch that down, it does hold quite nicely to the strap. You don't even notice it. An original design item they have is this pouch back here that sits in here, and you can go ahead and fill that up with your favorite snacks. In this case, we've got some Sour Patch Kid watermelon flavor. We got packs on the side. These are they're 2 hydration packs instead of only 1, so we can carry 6 liters of water. Up on the top, I've got my TRD, Tactical Rope Dispenser, whatever it stands for. Oh yeah, Tactical Rope Dispenser, I'm right. Cool as you guys measure. So we got that just up there in case I ever need some tactical rope, because we do have ponchos and stuff. Give me a second. We'll flip this around here in a second, but I don't want to get too crazy. There's a bunch of pouches up here, pouches down there, pouches all around. Let me see. I don't think I can lift this with one hand. Can I? Oh, I can. Oh heavens! I wish I had 2 hands. Ugh. All right. So your normal claymore pouch, map pouch underneath it. There are there's none of the little mounts for attaching any old school Alice gear on here. Also, cheeseburger pillow because we are violently American. So you got 2 pouches, big pouches up front. I personally, because I actually have some time using these now, I personally would have made these smaller than the strap and made the side pouches bigger, because this strap is kind of important. And with the way the strap is set up here, I've only got poncho and a poncho liner in here because they take up the least space and they can be compressed over, but it's not optimal, we'll say. These are really just filled with MREs right now. You can fit lots of MREs, but you generally want to fill your in sustainment gear and sort of hygiene kits and stuff. This one is full of medical supplies. I like using that in the clip one because if you need medical supplies, you're probably going to want to dump it all out in a hurry and not be fumbling around with zippers. Yeah, of course, cool thing, one-handed closure, always a nice feature. Another big pack on the side. We do have the hoses running out from our Camelback and one source pack. I just have them pushed through here and they stay more or less out of the way while you're hiking. And the interior is going to be more or less what you expect, so we're not going to have to worry too much about that. At the bottom, you've got the clips as previously. Oh, look at that, and poking out your belly buttons hanging out there, buddy. You have these clips on the side, and that's for releasing all this so you don't have to unweave it as per tradition. Then you do have the clips on the bottom. Those wrap around the bottom if you've ever seen them before, and that basically is carrying our thermarest if we ever want to lay down and not have the heat sapped out of our body through the ground and die of hypothermia. Generally something you try to avoid. Inside the pack, I had a sleeping system. I took that out so we could add more weight. So now there's like a medicine ball, level 4 plates, a bunch of dummy plates, obviously 6 liters of water, a helmet, and yeah, I weighed it all on the scale and it's around 90 pounds. It is a hefty boy. These are just normal double zipper pouches. They're a pain to get access to and everything's all cinched up like this. But that's all the stuff we really need to survive and do stuff in the immediate video. Now, a lot of that weight would be swapped out with actual gear in a realistic setting, but since we're not going camping or anything crazy, that's going to have to do it for now. So, since 90 pounds is generally not considered incredibly lightweight, what we're going to be doing here is using the assistance of the couch to, oh, I need to flip my camera around. I can't see what you guys see. So I'm going to flip this bag around and we're going to put it on real quick and see how it works. I don't want to use the bad arm. Oh, the bad arm. It'll never heal. If I was young, I would just put a brace over it and take some ibuprofen. But since I'm not young, I'm still going to do that because I don't want to go to see a doctor. So normally, like I said, you'd flip it up over your back and get it going. But since I am slowly succumbing to the horrors of old age. Come here, strap, work with me. We're going to basically get an assisted load into it. And if I die in this process, I do hope that my wife or children upload this video so you can see my review and know if you want to buy one yourself. The frame does make a huge difference. The original frame is alright. There is that, I didn't talk about the pad. There's a pad here in the center. That's original Ordnance Tactical design. I've seen people, old heads would use freaking ponchos and stuff, and they put those in there in case they needed the help. But all right, it's time to get fit. Oh yeah, the pack does hold up to the weight, which is something I like. If it survived the 60 some odd pounds I was running previously, then this ain't too bad. So we're gonna go ahead, cinch these up. Make sure your pack is sitting at the right height. You gotta generally adjust it a couple times to really get it where you want. Alright, cinch that down. The belt, like I said, is mostly pre-cinched. Tuck that away. We got our pouch here on the side in case we need to carry in electronics. I like to just tuck these straps out of the way. And voila! Which is French for, I think we did it. You got access to everything, so I'm gonna move the camera up a bit. Ugh. Ignore all the crunching and squeaking. Most of it's the pack, some of it is my bones. So, Camelback's on the side, good for weight distribution. I had to put all the heavy stuff down at the bottom. You try to keep stuff at the bottom close to your back. You know how it is. People with more education on the topic have said more about it before. Rotate around. You can kind of see the pouches, they're all strapped in. Stuff's out of the way. More pouches on this side. And yeah, me and my buddy like to throw these on. Well, he carries his own one with just like weights in it. But I like to have the massive size on this pack then you can just grab your hoses. They just kind of like freely dangle in free water. If you're ever in any sort of pain, it's because you haven't changed your socks, drank any water, or taken your daily ibuprofen to stay alive. So yeah, these hang mostly out of the way. And the camelback is longer than the source. And if you so desire, you can put little clippies and stuff and set those up on the belt so they hang out of the way and you can just sort of like freely uncarabine or whatever. Maybe camelback does have taste. Maybe it wasn't source. I don't know. I always thought source tasted funny and camelback tasted normal. I'm told it is the opposite. So we got access. We got our GPS here if we need to see what we're doing. Packs here. There's a lot of weight up in the kidneys. Like I said, the super belt's also always been sold out. I've been wanting to update that. The shoulder straps are fine so far. No need to really fix those, but I definitely feel it digging into like my kidneys and my hips, and that's something we would like to resolve. So when I was in, we had the Ilby pack, and the Ilby pack was big and tall, so you bang your head on it. Couldn't go prone. If you go prone in this, if you're smaller, you might not be able to get unprone, but if you're decently large, you'll be able to get up very slowly and carefully because you only get so many limbs and joints. And when they're broken, they don't always come back. At least not the way you want them to. Look at my clicky pinky. Football America as one of the prime examples. A grim reminder of our own mortality. And yeah, not being dead is great. So having all your sustainment gear on you is fantastic. We don't all need to be super high-speed operators. Sometimes you need a boonie, a bag, your freaking big pow-pow, and yeah, if you get shot, you die like a man. But you won't be dying to the cold. The environment will kill you 10 times faster than the enemy in almost any and every situation. So, pack against the deadlier threat. If you lean forward, it's pretty well balanced. So the bag does have, I think you can kind of see, I put in a lot of work, generally around the shoulder up there, you can kind of see parts of it where the stitching is starting to come undone. And that is because I like to really cinch down the pack, and that's something I'll need to get reinforced. These come with a lifetime warranty if you're in Okinawa and you go to Ordnance Tactical. And if you can't get a mouse pack, these are pretty fantastic. So, nice little like in between. I would swap out the belt though. This belt is really digging in. And once I'm on like a trail or something, the movement and everything, you kind of just get used to the fact that you're not going to be comfortable. You don't want to be in pain per se, but you're not going to be comfortable. So, still have to my lungs. I think if I fall more than like 6 inches, I will die. Well, not, but you know. It would be rough to move fast in this pack. It makes all those crunchy noises. There are a few things I want to address now that we've taken a good look. You can put the pack on. It can weigh half of your body weight, so I'm like, what, 270 right now with the pack on? I'll go back to 180 once I take it off. So yeah, if there's like a really big ant, I can crush him with greater ease underfoot. So yeah, taking the pack off. Buckle. Oh dear. It's an LBT buckle. It'll hold it. Loose. Oh god. Oh heavens. We're gonna loosen that pack up. We're gonna squat a bit and just sort of get out of there. So, there are a few design issues I wanted to talk about, and you can't really see them until I point them out. So, coming up over here. Grab this old pack. So one of the things with these older packs is that they put the little adjustment rings for the straps in here, and that way you can attach it directly to the pack. And when you wrap it around the metal bar of the support, you can also put it through here, and that ensures that your shoulders aren't going to come together. Now on the Ordnance Tactical packs, they basically like tacked in a little piece on their black frames, and that's what you would weave this through. However, their bags are unfortunately devoid of that feature. So, if you don't have weight on the pack, or if your pack shifts at an unpleasant angle, these will freely slide off to the side. And yeah, that's not great. I mean, it's not a huge issue. It didn't affect me too much, but it's not great. Now, this pad down here, I do think this is pretty fantastic. Like I said, lots of people put in friggin' poncho liners or ponchos or something there, so it's easy access and helps keep the frame off. But because we have the friggin' Tactical Tailor one, I think there's like one bar running through, but it's also recessed. So where you just have the flat like T-cross bar in the traditional, this is a lot more helpful for keeping it off of your spine. But here's just some added comfort. And of course snackies that you can barely access while you're wearing the pack, if you really want to. So those are some key takeaways. That was like one of the main things, is the fact that it doesn't have those clips on there. So if you're not using the Tactical Tailor, if you're using the Tactical Tailor one with this, you're going to be SOL on straps. But if you're using the actual intended straps, then you will be fine, because you can just weave it through the frame. However, the reason you don't want to do that, the reason men smarter than myself many years ago did this, is if your frame breaks or you have some sort of issue, you can ditch the frame and have this horrible nightmare that's still movable, as opposed to a horrible nightmare that's immovable. If the frame goes down, which is practically impossible, but if it did, somehow, I don't know, explosion, the shrapnel took out the pack but not me, then I can't really effectively mount this into the pack itself, and now the pack is more or less going to be abandoned, and it'll be me versus the elements and the enemy instead of just me versus the enemy, which 2v1, not great for me. You can't really kill the elements, but they can kill you. These are good. This could use some work. I do like the green and tan combo is one of my favorites, so I like that. Especially you got the black there. You basically got woodlands. So yeah. We'll talk about you in a later video. This is more me holding the camera, but this is like a 90-pound bag. Yeah, medicine ball. I think it was like 15-20 pounds. And the plates and everything. But yeah, this is fantastic though. I like that you can just sort of like Velcro this in anywhere. So even if you're running a different pack that's not Tactical Tailor, it's still worth it to have one of your buddies who's stationed out here, or one of the locals or anything. See if they can get you a hold of one of these. I'm not aware of any other bag company making them. They could exist. If they do, feel free to mention in the comments. I would love to know about them. But yeah, oh man, that cough really is messing with my lungs. I can feel myself breathing a lot harder than I should. Got me running 5 miles again. Yeah, this is just the place I put this. You can still, like per tradition, mount anything under here. Recoilless rifle, 249, anything larger that you want to get out of the way while you're hiking. And yeah, I haven't really tested it out with a chest rig, but I don't see any parts that would really fight against each other, so it should work out just fine. So it's that's more or less what I got for you guys in the video. The pack does run for a pretty penny, but one of their key selling points is this pack exists and is readily available, whereas the Tactical Tailor ones I haven't seen in stock for several years. However, pause for dramatic effect. My arm really hurts. We will be getting in a Tactical Tailor Malice Pack version 3, because I want to see how well it does with the sleeping system. This is the... Don't send me silly post right now, you goob. This is the sleeping system that I used, and I have one. My buddy found them on sale, and I was able to procure one for myself. So this has all three, the liner, everything's in there. Summer liner, winter liner, and then the little Gore-Tex liner, so you can get all caterpillared up, wake up with some pretty butterfly wings. But I want to have this on here. The only way to effectively mount it is up on here. So these big wider Alice packs, and even the Philby that they moved to away from the Ilby packs, are the shorter, stouter, wider ones. Reason being, you can go prone, you can look up, you can have your helmet and all your gear on, probably just a boonie hat though, but you can't go prone and you can't engage in a firefight. Whereas with the taller Ilby packs, that was in my time, you couldn't look up, short people looked ridiculous, no offense, but they were a pain to adjust for shorter people. I'm not exactly tall, And like I said, it was like 140 when I enlisted, 160 while I was in. And I'm like 20 pounds heavier because I started to take fitness a lot more seriously when it wasn't being forced to wake up at 5 a.m., 4:30, go run in the cold, be miserable every day. Once it was like, you know, take care of your own fitness, it gets really easy to exercise on your own. And I wish that was a policy. You should let Marines who take good care of themselves just do their own PT. They're obviously got it down. You only really need the fat bodies. Battle cattle. But yeah, you need to take, if you have a sleeping system, I'd probably just strip it down to the minimum. I do have a jacket in here that's filling up the space, but I'd probably just take like the bare minimum of sleeping equipment, stuff it in there, swap out these pouches with probably extra magazines. You always need more ammo. You can fit ammo cans and stuff in here just fine, so keep your guns up. Keep your guns up! Because you don't want them going down on you, or getting tendinitis or something crazy, so... Sleeping system was good. I just stripped that down. Got all the cool stuff in here, and I've rucked it up and down hills. However, I haven't really used it for like a camping event. At some point, I will call work and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna disappear for 7 days. If it goes poorly, I'll be in the hospital," and try to go like survive that with my buddies out in the woods because I think that would be pretty cool, and it would be a good excuse to eat frog if I catch one and it's not poisonous and I cook it right. I did say hospital. If we go out, we're going out in style. So that's more or less the pack. It's huge, it's heavy. It's pretty well built. Like I said, only these parts are starting to come undone. I'll give it another 90-pound ruck. I'll try to actually get a video of it. I had a GoPro I gave to one of my buddies. And I was like, well, I got Mohawk cameras. I could just wear those. And then my buddy was like, oh yeah, I sold it. I couldn't get it to work on my car. I don't have a laptop, so... Darn, I'm not upset. He got paid pretty decent for it, so I can't really be upset with him, but GoPro would have been great to use with this, but I might just throw in a bump helmet. We'll make it work, because that way I can run a camera, and people are still going to give me awkward looks. You get enough looks for this. You got it in the helmet, and people are just like, alright, this guy. So, that is all I really got for you guys today. I have about 20 other things I'll need to do updates, reviews on. Most of that case. I've got a weird backpack I need to talk to you guys about. We got the new Ruck on the way. We've got gas mask things coming in that I'm excited to show you guys. We got a lighter. Lighters are cool, even though I don't smoke. Occasionally there's a birthday and you need to put candles. You need candles, so always carry a lighter. And I usually got some gunk up on the top. I went through there was a tree. It was like angled funky. I had to kind of like sidle through. And yeah, the bag got all gooped up. So, what do we got in here? Actually, while we're at it, we pop open one of these zippers. Ooh, chicken pesto pasta. Not bad. We do have lots of food, and 6 liters of water is decent. We got oh yeah, I got like canteens in here too. The zippers are fine. They're nothing to write home about. But they haven't broken. There's also no hose outlet for your camelback, so you kind of just take I just take the bits of 550 cord, give them a little twist and tuck, a little pull, and they'll hold themselves shut. You don't have to worry about your camelback flying open and falling out. But these are pretty beefy pockets. They hold 3 liters just fine with room to spare. And then the zipper pouches up here, they're just normal zipper pouches. Let me actually move you guys in a bit closer. Switch this over. Zoop, boop, zip, zap, boom. What we're going to do is I'm actually going to pop this open for you. Yeah. Trying to finish the video. We ain't even done yet. So we're going to pop that open. Gonna bring you a bit closer. Angle you down a bit more. Come on, there we go. And yeah. So these have their little bar tacks. There's 2 of those on each, so it holds your stuff together. There's only a bit of elastic here, so it holds your extra material, but kind of loosely. This could be improved upon by just flipping that over and sewing it into the Velcro so you can adjust it as need be. But with that said, we got at least looking here. You got a double zipper on top. So this is your bigger Claymore compartment. It is actually pretty beefy. However, you got to remember this is going to be strapped down, so you don't want anything too crazy or fragile or anything like that in there. And it is simple, large, sort of like map pack component, so you can put maps, paperwork. pending Article 15s, NJPs, all your essential stuff can fit nicely in here. Of course, you got your double grommet system. I almost completely forgot to even look inside the bag. Egg all over my face. So you got your... This is the stripped 550 cord, and this is the full 550 cord. So this one's been gutted. This one has not. You can pop those open. There's the M65 jacket with the liner. That's taking a lot of space. More MREs for days, brother. I might die of dehydration. I will not go hungry. And there's a buckle system here. You can't really see it too well. It's just your top buckle and your side strap buckle. So this one you can pull off. And you can put a radio and stuff in here because people just really love the radios, even though it's near impossible to get certified on if you have the free time. A bag in there. We got spare helmet, medicine ball, and plates on the very bottom, plates on the sides, plates as far as the eye can see. So it does have a pretty generous compartment going on. And if you don't have a jacket in there, you can zip it completely. You can, tie it up completely flat. Close that up. I don't know how waterproof this material is. It's like nylon, so it can't be too bad. That's a little wonky. And yeah, so ultimately this, I kind of like the idea. This is a bit tight on the sides, and that impacts the sides here. But this could be widened up if they don't want to make the pouches larger, or they don't want to make adjust the pouches. This could be wider off on the sides. But for all intents and purposes, it mostly works. And you can fit tents in here, and if you can catch one, a portapis as well. So that's pretty much the little video. That's all I really have for you guys today. Again, Ordnance Tactical, located in Okinawa, more or less exclusively. I don't believe they're selling stateside as of this moment. If you do happen by Okinawa, they're worth checking out. They have some unique gear. They can make custom gear. And I have a few ideas I'm actually going to be shooting their way. Now, I haven't had lunch yet. I am very hungry. I've got all these MREs, but I've also got a kitchen. You can't see it. It's back there. I'm going to make real food. So that's all I got for you guys. It's always good to stop by. Always good to make a video. Got lots more coming up when I get some free time. And I've got a big review that I need my freaking arm to start working if I'm going to get done, because it's unpleasant to hold a rifle. This seems to be what hurts it. But if it's like palm up, I'm fine. So it's definitely this outer tendon. And that's kind of a big deal if you're going to be doing this a lot, because if this is aching, you're going to have a bad time. So painkillers and energy drinks, it will be. We will get that video done. And then all the other videos. And then I'll post them all, and you guys can make informed decisions, because I cannot be bought out. I can not be forced to review products I do not like. That'll never happen. That is my golden promise to you. So, cheers everyone. Stay chivalrous. If you get a chance, check out the streams. I'm streaming almost every day. I physically can, and I'm not sleep deprived and going crazy. So I've been doing a lot of Helldivers too, if you guys ever want to stop by. The description, or the link to the Twitch is down below, and I think there's also a link to the gaming YouTube channel, which is predominantly just VODs. But they're pretty fun VODs. Occasionally people stop in, make things entertaining. But yeah, that's all I got. Cheers, stay chivalrous, and I'll catch all of you in the next video. Bye. Where's that freaking button every time? There we go.